I was yelling at my boyfriend for cheating when his phone buzzed. Another girl texted, still thinking about last night, and I absolutely lost it. I was folding laundry when my best friend Vanessa called me, and I could tell from the first syllable that something was catastrophically wrong. He's been texting me, she said, her voice shaking. Ryan's been texting me. What are you talking about? He's saying he's stuck with you, that he's unhappy, that he wants to be with me instead. Ryan had been acting strange for months, staying up late on his phone, being vague about his evenings. Send me screenshots, I said. My phone buzzed a minute later. I opened the messages and my stomach dropped. I can't keep pretending anymore. She doesn't understand me like you do. Every time I'm with her, I'm thinking about you. The timestamps went back almost 2 months. Then I opened my own text thread with Ryan and started scrolling backward. And there they were, the exact same messages, word for word. The only difference was the name. Where Vanessa said she, mine said Vanessa. I called her back. He sent me the same texts. What? The exact same ones. He's telling me he wants to leave you for me. Vanessa went quiet. Then she said, I'm coming over, and we're going to his apartment together. We barely spoke during the drive. When we pulled into the parking lot, I saw his car in its usual spot. We didn't knock, I had a key. Ryan was on the couch in sweatpants. He looked up when we walked in, and the color drained from his face. Don't, I said. I held up my phone. Don't say a single word until you explain these. Vanessa held up hers too. We stood there side by side, 2 phones displaying identical lies. He stared at them, then at us. His mouth opened and closed. It's not what it looks like, he finally managed. You texted us both, Vanessa said. Her voice was ice. The same messages. No, he stood up. You're misunderstanding. I was venting. You didn't mean to copy and paste? I asked. I was confused. I've been under so much stress at work. For 2 months? Vanessa cut in. He looked between us, panic written all over his face. Listen, can we talk about this separately? No, I said. Whatever you have to say, you say it to both of us. Right now. His jaw worked. He looked at the door like he was considering bolting. Okay, look, I care about both of you. I didn't know how to handle it, so I made a mistake. To what? I demanded. Then what was the point? He didn't answer. Vanessa's hand found mine. How long have you been lying to us? I haven't been lying, Ryan said quickly. Things got complicated. That's not an answer, I said. He swallowed hard. A few months, maybe. You've been playing us against each other for months. I wasn't playing anyone. I was trying to figure things out. By telling us both you wanted to be with the other one? Ryan's hands were shaking. You don't understand. The pressure I've been under. Pressure? Vanessa's voice could cut glass. His phone buzzed on the coffee table. All 3 of us looked at it. The screen lit up with a preview. Still thinking about what you said last night. A name I didn't recognize. Bailey. Vanessa picked up his phone before he could stop her. Don't. Ryan lunged forward, but she'd already swiped it open. Her face went white as she scrolled. Then she turned the screen toward me. More messages. Different person. Same script. Bailey, I said out loud, reading the name at the top of the thread. Who is Bailey? Ryan snatched his phone back. A coworker. It's not. You're taking this out of context. Vanessa laughed, but there was nothing funny about it. Out of context? We just watched you do the exact same thing to someone else. It's not the same. Then explain it, I said. Explain how it's different. He couldn't. He stood there, opening and closing his mouth like he was trying to find words that didn't exist. Vanessa grabbed her purse. I'm leaving, and I'm telling everyone what you did. Wait. Ryan stepped toward her. You can't, please. This is just a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding, she snapped. It's manipulation, and I'm done. She walked out. I followed her without looking back. We sat in her car for 10 minutes without saying anything. Then Vanessa pulled out her phone and started typing. What are you doing? I asked. Texting Bree and Lauren. They need to know. Bree and Lauren were part of our friend group. They'd been at dinners with Ryan and me, had hung out with all of us countless times. Are you sure? I asked. Vanessa looked at me. He was texting Bailey the same way he texted us. How many others do you think there are? I didn't have an answer for that. By the next morning, my phone was exploding. Bree had called twice. Lauren had sent a string of messages asking if I was okay. Someone named Corey from Ryan's work had somehow gotten my number and wanted to know if the rumors were true. Rumors. It had been less than 12 hours and there were already rumors. I called Bree back. Is it true? She asked immediately. Vanessa said Ryan was texting both of you, pretending he wanted to leave you for each other? It's true. That's insane. Why would he do that? I don't know. Lauren and I are coming over, Bree said. We'll be there in 20. They showed up with coffee and pastries like this was a normal visit. But the second they walked in, the questions started. Did he say why? Lauren asked. He didn't get the chance, I said. We left before he could come up with a good lie. What about Bailey? Bree asked. Do you know who that is? No idea. He said it was a coworker. He's been mentioning a coworker for weeks, Lauren said slowly. Remember? He kept talking about some girl at work who needed help with a project. Said she was a mess and couldn't handle anything on her own. I stared at her. He told me the same thing. Bree's eyes widened. He was setting up an alibi, so if you ever found out about the text, he could say it was just work stuff. That's sick, Lauren said. My phone buzzed. A text from a number I didn't recognize. Is this the girl Ryan cheated on? I showed it to Bree and Lauren. Who even is that? Bree asked. I have no idea. Another text came through. Different number. Heard what happened. He's telling people you're making it up. He's what? I said out loud. Lauren grabbed my phone and read the message. He's already spinning this. Of course he is. Vanessa called me an hour later. Have you seen what he's posting? Posting where? Social media. He's acting like nothing happened. Just posted a picture from last week with some caption about focusing on what matters. I pulled up his profile. There it was. A photo of him at the gym, smiling like everything was fine. The caption read, some people create drama where there isn't any. Stay focused on your own growth. He's calling us dramatic, I said. Oh, it gets better, Vanessa said. Check the comments. I scrolled down. Most of them were generic supportive messages, but a few stood out. You deserve better, man. People love to tear others down. Stay strong. They think we're lying, I said. Not all of them, Vanessa said. I posted screenshots. You what? I posted the texts, both sets, with the timestamps. I wasn't going to let him get away with this. I pulled up her profile. Sure enough, there they were, side-by-side images of the messages he'd sent to both of us. The comments were already filling up. This is wild. Wait, he sent the same text to both of you? Why would someone do this? But there were others too. Could be photoshopped. There's always two sides to a story. Maybe he was just confused. They're defending him, I said. Some of them, Vanessa admitted. But more people believe us than don't. My phone rang. Ryan, I answered. What? Take the screenshots down, he said. His voice was tight. You're humiliating me. You humiliated yourself. I made a mistake. I admitted that. But you don't have to destroy my reputation over it. Your reputation? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You were texting at least 3 different people, playing all of us against each other. And you're worried about your reputation? It wasn't like that, he insisted. You're twisting everything. Then explain it. Right now, explain how it wasn't like that. He hesitated. I was going through something. I wasn't thinking clearly. That's not an explanation. I don't know what you want me to say. The truth, I said. I want you to tell the truth. He hung up. Lauren was watching me. Let me guess. He wants you to take everything down. He says we're twisting the story. Of course he does, Bree said. That's what people like him do. They can't admit they're wrong, so they make you look crazy instead. My phone buzzed again. Another unknown number. You and your friend need to stop lying about Ryan. He's a good guy. Then another. Why are you trying to ruin his life? Someone's giving out my number, I said. Vanessa's phone rang. She glanced at the screen and declined the call. Same. I've gotten 4 calls from people I don't know in the last hour. This is escalating, Lauren said quietly. She was right, and I had no idea how to stop it. Ryan showed up at my apartment at midnight. I heard the knock and checked the peephole. There he was, looking exhausted and desperate. We need to talk, he said through the door. No, please, just 5 minutes. I opened the door but didn't let him in. What? You have to take down the screenshots, he said. People are believing things that aren't true. The screenshots are true. You sent those messages. But you're making it seem like something it's not. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was confused and I made mistakes. But you're painting me as some kind of monster. You texted 3 different people the same lies. I said, what am I supposed to call that? A mistake, he insisted. A stupid, terrible mistake. But everyone makes mistakes. You're acting like I committed a crime. You tried to destroy my friendship with Vanessa. That's not, he stopped. That's not what I was doing. Then what were you doing? He didn't have an answer. He just stood there, looking at me like I was the one being unreasonable. I need you to tell people you overreacted, he said finally. Just post something saying you were upset and maybe jump to conclusions. I stared at him. You want me to lie? I want you to fix this. I didn't break it. You're the one who made it public. His voice rose. This could have stayed between us, but you had to involve everyone. Vanessa posted the screenshots, not me, because you showed them to her. You started all of this. I started it? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You sent the messages, and I apologized. What more do you want from me? You didn't apologize. You said you were confused. That's not the same thing. He ran his hands through his hair. I don't know what you want me to say. I can't change what happened. All I can do is ask you to stop making it worse. Leave, I said. Just think about it, he pleaded. Please, I'm losing friends over this. People are treating me like I'm some kind of sociopath. Maybe you should have thought about that before you lied to 3 different people. I closed the door. He knocked again, but I didn't answer. The next morning, Ryan posted again. This time it was longer. I've been dealing with some really tough accusations lately, and I want to set the record straight. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I hurt people I care about. But the narrative that's being spread about me isn't accurate. I was going through a difficult time, and I handled things poorly. I reached out to friends for support, and those conversations are being twisted into something they weren't. I'm not perfect, but I'm not the villain people are making me out to be. I hope the people who know me will give me the benefit of the doubt. The comments filled up fast. We all make mistakes. People are so quick to judge. Hang in there, man. But there were others too. What about the screenshots, though? This doesn't explain anything. Sounds like deflection. Vanessa texted me a screenshot of a message she'd received from someone named Quinn. Ryan said you and your friend are obsessed with him and making up stories because he broke up with you. Is that true? He told people he broke up with me, I said out loud. My phone rang. Ryan, I answered. You're telling people you broke up with me? I'm telling people the truth, he said. You were getting controlling and I needed space. Controlling? You went through my phone, you confronted me with Vanessa like some kind of ambush, and now you're trying to ruin my reputation. That's controlling behavior. You were texting multiple people behind my back because you wouldn't give me space to figure things out. His voice was rising again. You were always asking where I was, who I was with, what I was doing. I felt suffocated. I stopped. You're rewriting history. I'm telling my side of the story. You've been telling yours. My side is what actually happened. Your side is your interpretation, he said. And you're making me out to be worse than I am because you're angry. I have every right to be angry, and I have every right to defend myself. He hung up. I sat there staring at my phone. He was spinning everything, making himself the victim, making me look unstable. Bree called me an hour later. Did Ryan tell you he's saying you went through his phone without permission? I was standing right there when Vanessa opened it, I said. He knows that. He's telling people you've been paranoid for months, that you accused him of cheating with every woman he talked to. That's a complete lie. I know that, but other people don't. Lauren texted me. Someone just asked me if it's true you threatened to spread rumors about Ryan if he didn't stay with you. My stomach dropped. He's making things up now. Vanessa called. We need to meet. All of us. Right now. We met at Bree's apartment. Vanessa looked furious. He's telling people I came on to him, she said, that I've had feelings for him for months and that's why I'm backing you up. He's saying I'm jealous. He's doing the same thing to me, I said, making me sound obsessive and controlling. And it's working, Lauren said quietly. I've had 3 people ask me if you two are telling the truth or if you're just mad he ended things. He didn't end anything, I said. We confronted him together. I know, but that's not the story he's telling. Bree pulled up her phone. He just posted in a group chat with some of his friends. Someone screenshot it and sent it to me. She held up the screen. I tried to end things respectfully, but she's taking it really hard. Now her friend is involved and they're both trying to make me look bad. I feel terrible about how this is affecting them, but I can't keep defending myself against stuff that didn't happen. He's making himself sound sympathetic, Vanessa said, and making us sound unstable, I added. My phone buzzed, a text from Ryan. If you keep this up, I'm gonna have to show people the real texts. The ones where you accused me of things I never did. Where you said you'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I am. Do you really want me to do that? I showed the message to everyone. What text? Bree asked. There are no texts like that, I said. I never said anything like that. He's bluffing, Vanessa said. He's trying to scare you into backing off. Or he's planning to fake something, Lauren said. We all looked at each other. He wouldn't, I said. But even as I said it, I wasn't sure. Another text came through. Last chance. Take down the screenshots and tell people you misunderstood. Or I will. He's threatening you, Bree said. What do I do? Vanessa grabbed my phone. Nothing, don't respond. Let him think he's got you scared. But what if he actually... Then we'll deal with it, she said firmly. But right now, responding just gives him more power. My phone buzzed again. Then again. Then again. Ryan was calling. I declined it. He called again. And again. He's spiraling, Lauren said. The calls kept coming. 5, 6, 7 times. Finally, they stopped. Then a text. Fine, you want to do this? We'll do this. 2 minutes later, Bree's phone lit up. He just posted something. We all crowded around her screen. Ryan had posted a long message with screenshots attached. Screenshots of texts that looked like they were from me. Messages about how he needed to stop talking to other women. How if he left me, I'd make sure everyone knew what he'd done. How I'd been checking his phone for weeks. Those aren't real, I said. I never sent those. But they looked real. The formatting was right. The profile picture was mine. Even the tone sounded like something I might say if I were angry enough. He faked them, Vanessa said. Can we prove that? Lauren asked. None of us had an answer. Within an hour, Ryan's post had dozens of comments. I knew something was off about her story. This explains everything. Sorry you're going through this, man. But there were skeptics too. Why are you just posting these now? Convenient timing. Something doesn't add up. Vanessa screenshot every comment and sent them to our group chat. People are starting to question him. Not enough of them, Lauren said. She was scrolling through her own phone. I'm seeing the post get shared in other groups. People who don't even know either of you are weighing in. My phone started buzzing with messages from people I barely knew. Acquaintances from high school. Someone I'd worked with 2 years ago. A girl I'd met once at a party. Is this you? Are those texts real? What's going on? I tried to respond to the first few, explaining that the messages were fabricated. But every time I typed out an explanation, it sounded defensive. Like I was scrambling to cover something up. Bree grabbed my phone. Stop, you're making it worse. But people think I said those things. Let them think it for now, she said. We need to figure out how to prove they're fake. How do we do that? Nobody answered. My actual text thread with Ryan was clean. The real messages between us were normal couple stuff. Plans for dinner, inside jokes, nothing remotely like what he'd posted. We could show the real thread, I suggested. He'll say you deleted the bad ones, Vanessa said. She was right. There was no winning this. Ryan posted again an hour later. A lot of people are asking why I'm just sharing these now. The truth is, I didn't want to. I was trying to handle this privately and move on. But when someone is actively trying to destroy your reputation, you have to defend yourself. I'm not the villain here. More comments poured in. Standing up for yourself isn't wrong. You have every right to share your side. People need to see both perspectives. My phone rang. Corey from Ryan's work. Hey, he said. I'm calling because I think you should know Ryan's been talking to people here. Talking about what? About you. He's saying you've been harassing him. Showing up at his place uninvited. Blowing up his phone. I haven't done any of that, I figured, Corey said. But he's convincing. He showed a couple people screenshots of missed calls from you. Like a lot of them. When? Last night, apparently. He said you called him 20 times. I didn't call him at all last night. Corey was quiet for a second. Then those are fake too. Everything he's showing people is fake. Can you prove that? There it was again. That question. Could I prove it? I don't know, I admitted. That's what I thought, Corey said. Listen, I believe you. But a lot of people here don't know you. And Ryan's, he's good at making himself look like the reasonable one. After I hung up, I sat there staring at my phone. Ryan wasn't just trying to control the narrative with our friends anymore. He was spreading it to his coworkers. To anyone who would listen. Vanessa called. Bailey just reached out to me. What? Bailey? The girl from his phone. She messaged me asking what's going on. What did you say? I told her the truth. That Ryan was texting all of us at the same time. Playing us against each other. She didn't believe me at first. But then I sent her screenshots of the messages he sent me and you. The identical ones. And? She went quiet for a bit. Then she sent me her own screenshots. He was doing the exact same thing to her. I sat up. Does she still have them? She has everything. Messages going back 3 months. And get this. He told her we were both obsessed with him and wouldn't leave him alone. So he's been setting this up for months. Looks like it, Vanessa said. Bailey wants to meet up. Tonight. We met at a coffee shop on the edge of town. Bailey was younger than I expected. Maybe 23. With short dark hair and nervous energy. She had her phone out before we even sat down. I need you to understand something, she said. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. He told me you two broke up months ago. We didn't, I said. I know that now. She scrolled through her phone. He was texting me every day, talking about how much he liked me, how we had this special connection. I don't know what I thought, that maybe this was going somewhere. Vanessa leaned forward. Did he use the same lines with you? Bailey pulled up a message. I can't keep pretending anymore. You're the one I think about. Yes, Vanessa and I said at the same time. Bailey's face fell. He's been copying and pasting this whole time? To all of us, I said. She showed us more messages. Conversations where Ryan talked about feeling trapped, about how he needed someone who understood him, about how different Bailey was from everyone else. This is from last week, Bailey said, pointing to a message. He told me he was finally ready to make things official between us, that he just needed to handle some loose ends first. Loose ends meaning us, Vanessa said. Bailey looked like she might be sick. I'm so sorry, I had no idea. It's not your fault, I said. He lied to all of us. Did he show you fake screenshots? Vanessa asked. Bailey nodded slowly. He said you were stalking him, that you'd been sending threatening messages. He showed me texts where you said you'd ruin his life if he left you. Those are fake, I said. He made them up. I'm starting to realize that. Bailey pulled up another screen. He also told me Vanessa tried to kiss him at a party and that's why you two were teaming up against him. Said you were both jealous of each other but united in wanting to make him look bad. None of that happened, Vanessa said flatly. I know. Bailey put her phone down. I should have questioned it sooner, but he was so convincing. He had an explanation for everything. That's what he does, I said. Bailey looked between us. What are we going to do about this? We need to compare everything, Vanessa said. All the messages, all the lies. If we can show a pattern, people will see what he's doing. We stayed at the coffee shop for 2 hours, going through our phones. Bailey had messages going back further than either of us. Ryan had been building this for a long time. Look at this, Bailey said, showing us a conversation. 2 months ago, he told me he was helping a friend through a breakup, that she was a mess and needed constant support. That's what he told me about you, I said. He called you a coworker who couldn't handle her projects. And he told me you were a friend from college who kept calling him for advice, Vanessa added. Bailey scrolled further. He was setting up explanations in case we ever found out about each other, so he could say it was innocent. And if that didn't work, he'd just say we were all crazy, I said. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. You're making a huge mistake going after Ryan. He has more on you than you think. I showed it to Vanessa and Bailey. He's watching this conversation somehow, Bailey said, looking around the coffee shop. Or someone's telling him, Vanessa said. Another text came through. The more you push, the worse this gets for you. Walk away while you still can. He's trying to scare us into stopping, I said. Bailey's phone buzzed, then Vanessa's. Same message. He sent it to all 3 of us, Vanessa said, at the exact same time. Of course he did, Bailey muttered. Everything's a pattern with him. My phone lit up again. This time it was a call from Bree. You need to see what just got posted, she said as soon as I answered. What now? Ryan just went live. He's talking about everything. People are watching. I opened social media and found his live stream. He was sitting in his apartment, looking tired and defeated. Already hundreds of people were watching. I didn't want to do this, he was saying, but I can't sit back and let people destroy my reputation with lies. I've been dealing with harassment for days now. Multiple people have been spreading false information about me, and I'm at my breaking point. Comments streamed past. We're here for you. Tell your truth. Don't let them win. The person I was dating became controlling, Ryan continued. She went through my phone without permission. She accused me of things I didn't do. And when I tried to end things, she got her friend involved to back up her story. Now they're both claiming I manipulated them, but that's not what happened. He's telling the story before we can, Vanessa said quietly. Ryan kept talking. I made mistakes. I reached out to people I shouldn't have while I was in a relationship. That's on me. But I was trying to get support from friends because I felt trapped. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was trying to survive a situation that was getting worse every day. More comments appeared. That sounds really hard. You deserve better. Glad you're speaking up. And now I'm being painted as this villain who was playing mind games, Ryan said. His voice cracked slightly. But all I did was try to find support when I needed it. And I'm being punished for that. Bailey looked at her phone. This is unbelievable. He's crying, Vanessa said. Sure enough, Ryan's eyes were red. He wiped at them with the back of his hand. I just want people to know the truth, he said. I'm not perfect, but I'm not what they're saying I am. The live stream ended. Within minutes, clips of it were being shared everywhere. Bailey looked up from her phone. We need to post a response. And say what? I asked. That he's lying? We've been saying that. No one believes us. Then we show them, Vanessa said. All 3 of us. Together. With all the messages side by side. We went back to my apartment and set up Bailey's phone to record. The 3 of us sat on my couch, phones in hand. People have been asking for our side, Vanessa started. So here it is. Ryan has been telling everyone different versions of what happened. He's shown fake screenshots, he's lied about who contacted who, and he's painted all of us as obsessed or jealous. But we have proof that none of that is true. I held up my phone. These are the messages he sent me, telling me he wanted to be with me and leave Vanessa. Vanessa held up hers. These are the messages he sent me, telling me he wanted to be with me and leave her. Bailey held up hers. And these are the messages he sent me. Same lines, same promises. He copy-pasted them to all of us. We went through the messages on camera, showing the identical phrasing, the overlapping timestamps, the pattern that was impossible to deny. He told each of us that the others were the problem, I continued. That we were obsessed with him, that we were making things up, but we all have the same story because it's the truth. We posted the video. The comments started immediately. Okay, this is actually damning. 3 different people with the same receipts? Why would they all make this up? But Ryan's supporters pushed back. Could still be coordinated. They probably planned this together. 3 bitter exes ganging up. Then someone named Felix commented. I know Ryan. Worked with him last year. He did the same thing to a girl in our office. Told her his girlfriend was controlling and that he needed support. Turned out he was lying about the whole thing. More comments followed. My friend dated him briefly. Said he played the victim constantly. I went to college with this guy. He had a reputation for this kind of stuff. People were coming forward. Not just our friends, but strangers who'd crossed paths with Ryan and seen the same patterns. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Is this about Ryan? A woman's voice asked. Who is this? My name is Sloan. I dated Ryan 2 years ago. I just saw the video you posted. Okay. He did the exact same thing to me, Sloan said. Told me his ex was crazy and obsessed with him. Made me feel like I was rescuing him from this toxic situation. Then I found out he was still with her and texting other people the same things he'd texted me. Did you ever tell anyone? I tried. He convinced everyone I was the unstable one, that I'd misunderstood everything. Eventually, I just gave up and moved away. Would you be willing to share your story publicly? I asked. Sloan hesitated. I don't know. It was a bad time in my life. I'd rather not dig it all up again. I understand. But if you have any messages from him, anything that shows the pattern, it could help. I deleted everything when I moved. I'm sorry. After we hung up, Vanessa showed me her phone. Someone else just messaged me. A girl named Ivy. Says she briefly dated Ryan and he told her his ex had a restraining order against him because she was violent. That's a complete lie, I said. Obviously, but he's been using the same playbook for years. Bailey was reading comments on the video. People are starting to turn. Look at this thread. Someone had compiled a timeline based on all the different accounts coming forward. It showed Ryan moving from relationship to relationship, always with the same story, always positioning himself as the victim. My phone buzzed. Ryan, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. I showed it to Vanessa and Bailey. He's panicking, Bailey said. Another text came through. Those people commenting? I can explain every single one of them. They're all lying or confused or have an agenda. He can't explain all of them, Vanessa said. There's too many. But Ryan tried. He posted another long message, this time attempting to address each person who'd come forward. Felix was bitter about a work dispute. Sloan was mentally unstable and had stalked him. The college friends were part of a group that had always disliked him. He's got an excuse for everyone, I said. That's the problem, Bailey pointed out. He's saying everyone who's ever had an issue with him is either lying or crazy. At some point, that becomes impossible to believe. The comments under his post reflected that. So everyone's lying except you? This is getting ridiculous. Too many people saying the same thing. Then someone posted a screenshot from Ryan's livestream next to a screenshot from one of his earlier posts. In the livestream, he'd said he tried to end things respectfully with me. In the earlier post, he'd said I was the one who'd broken up with him and he'd been trying to win me back. Which is it? The comment asked. More people started comparing his different posts and comments. He told one person Vanessa came on to him at a party. He told another person they'd never been to a party together. He'd said Bailey was just a coworker. Then later admitted he'd been texting her romantically. He'd claimed the fake screenshots were from weeks ago, but the metadata someone found showed they'd been created the day he posted them. Every lie was starting to contradict another lie. Lauren texted me. He just called me asking if I'd vouch for him. Said he needs character witnesses. What did you say? I told him I couldn't. He got angry and hung up. Bree messaged the group chat. Someone just posted a photo from his apartment. It's from a few months ago. He's with a girl none of us recognize. Caption says she was his girlfriend at the time. How many people was he dating? Bailey asked. I don't think we'll ever know, Vanessa said. My phone rang again. Ryan. I put it on speaker so everyone could hear. You need to take down that video, he said immediately. No, people are turning on me because of it. They're saying things that aren't true. They're sharing their experiences, I said. That's not our fault. You're encouraging them. You're making me look like some kind of serial manipulator. Are you not? Vanessa asked. I made mistakes. His voice was rising. I already admitted that, but you're destroying my entire life over mistakes. You made up fake screenshots, I said. You lied to dozens of people. You tried to ruin my friendship with Vanessa. Those aren't just mistakes. I was desperate. You were already turning people against me and I panicked. We showed people the truth, Bailey said. That's all we did. Who is this? Ryan demanded. Bailey. There was a pause. You're working with them now? We're all working together, Bailey said. Because we all realized you did the same thing to each of us. That's not... He stopped. Bailey, come on. You know me. You know I'm not what they're saying. I know exactly what you are, Bailey said quietly. I've seen your messages. I've heard your lies. And I'm done pretending they were anything else. Ryan was quiet for a moment. Then he said, fine. If that's how you all want to play this, fine. But when this blows over and everyone sees the truth, don't come crying to me. What truth? Vanessa asked. The one where you've been doing this for years? The one where multiple people have the same story about you? The one where I was going through a hard time and reached out to people for support and got crucified for it? You weren't reaching out for support, I said. You were lying to everyone. There's a difference. I'm done with this conversation. He hung up. We sat there for a minute in silence. He's losing control of the story, Vanessa said finally. Bailey nodded. Every time he tries to explain something, he contradicts himself somewhere else. My phone lit up with a notification. Someone had commented on the video. My roommate knows someone who knows Ryan. Apparently he's been telling people he's going to sue for defamation. Can he do that? Bailey asked. He can try, I said. But everything we posted is true. And we have the receipts to prove it. Another comment appeared. Just FYI, Ryan's current story is that you three coordinated this to ruin him because he rejected all of you. He's telling people you're acting out of spite. He rejected us? Vanessa said. Is he serious? He's desperate, I said. He'll say anything at this point. But saying anything was starting to become a problem for Ryan. Because every new story contradicted the last one. Every new excuse made the previous ones look thinner. Bree sent another message to the group chat. He just posted again. And people are not buying it. I pulled up his profile. Sure enough, there was a new post. I've been trying to handle this with grace, but I'm realizing some people don't want the truth. They want drama. To everyone who's reached out with support, thank you. To everyone spreading lies, karma will catch up with you eventually. The comments were brutal. You're the one who lied to 3 different people. Karma already caught up. That's why we're here. Just admit what you did and move on. One comment in particular stood out. It was from Corey, Ryan's coworker. I've known Ryan for a while, and I've always thought he was a good guy. But after seeing all of this, I can't defend him anymore. Too many people with the same story. Too many contradictions. I'm sorry, man, but this isn't adding up. His own coworker just called him out, Bailey said. More of Ryan's friends started commenting similar things. People who'd initially defended him were walking back their support. The narrative was crumbling. My phone buzzed, a message from Ryan in all caps. You've ruined everything. I hope you're happy. I showed it to Vanessa and Bailey. Save that, Vanessa said. He's unraveling. Bree called me. Are you seeing this? Seeing what? Lauren just texted the group. Ryan's been messaging people individually, asking them to delete their comments. He's offering to explain everything privately if they'll just stop publicly calling him out. That's not going to work, I said. I know, but he's trying anyway. Someone screenshot the messages he sent and posted them. Now people are seeing how manipulative he's being behind the scenes too. Everything Ryan did to save himself just made things worse. Every explanation created new holes. Every private message got exposed. Every contradiction got documented. We don't even have to do anything anymore, Vanessa said, watching the comments multiply. He's dismantling his own lies. Vanessa's phone rang. She looked at the screen. It's Ryan. Don't answer, Bailey said. Vanessa answered anyway and put it on speaker. We need to meet, Ryan said. His voice was different. Flat, tired. All of us. Face to face. Why? Vanessa asked. Because this has gotten out of control. We need to sort this out like adults. You mean you need to try one more time to convince us we're wrong? I said. I mean we need to talk, without screens, without an audience. Bailey, Vanessa, and I looked at each other. Fine, I said, but not alone. We're bringing people with us. Of course you are, Ryan muttered. Fine. Tomorrow. The coffee shop on Maple Street, 2 o'clock. He hung up. This is a trap, Bailey said immediately. Probably, Vanessa agreed. But I want to hear what he has to say when he can't delete or edit his words. We spent the rest of the evening messaging everyone. Bree and Lauren said they'd come. Corey from Ryan's work said he wanted to be there too. Even Felix, the guy who'd commented about Ryan's behavior at his old job, said he'd drive in. When we arrived at the coffee shop the next day, Ryan was already there. He sat alone at a corner table, looking smaller than I remembered, defeated. We walked in with 7 people behind us. Ryan's face fell when he saw the crowd. I said we should talk, he said. Not put on a show. You wanted to talk, I said. So talk. These people deserve to hear what you have to say too. We pulled tables together. Ryan sat on one side. The rest of us spread out across from him. I don't even know where to start, Ryan said. Start with the truth, Vanessa said. For once. Ryan looked down at his hands. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. That's not the truth, Bailey said. That's an excuse. I'm trying to explain. Then explain, I interrupted. Explain why you texted all 3 of us the exact same messages. Explain why you made up fake screenshots. Explain why you've been lying to people for years. Ryan's jaw tightened. I was trying to feel less alone. By lying? Bree asked. By talking to people who might understand. Understand what? Lauren pressed. What it's like to feel trapped. Ryan's voice rose. You were always asking where I was, who I was with. You made me feel like I couldn't breathe. That's not true, I said quietly. I asked normal questions. You made them sound controlling because it fit your story. I didn't make anything up. You were, show us the texts, Vanessa interrupted. The real ones. The ones where she was supposedly controlling. Ryan pulled out his phone. His hands were shaking slightly. He scrolled for a minute, then stopped. I deleted them. Of course you did, Corey said. I deleted a lot of things when I moved my data to a new phone, Ryan insisted. But you kept the fake ones you made? Bailey asked. The ones you posted? Those survived the transfer? Ryan didn't answer. Here's what I think happened, Vanessa said. You got a rush from having multiple people interested in you. It made you feel important, special, so you kept it going. And when it started falling apart, you panicked and started making things up to save yourself. That's not, then what is it? I asked. Because that's what the evidence shows. Evidence, Ryan repeated bitterly. You all act like this is some kind of trial. You're the one who wanted to meet, Felix said. So tell us, what did I witness at the office that was wrong? What did I misunderstand? Ryan looked at Felix. You never liked me. You were part of that group that tried to get me fired. There was no group, Felix said. There was me reporting to HR that you were lying about your personal life to manipulate a coworker, which is exactly what you're doing now. I wasn't manipulating anyone. You told 3 different women you wanted to be with them, Bailey said, using the same words, the same promises. How is that not manipulation? Because I meant it differently with each of you. The table went silent. You meant it differently, Vanessa repeated slowly. The exact same words meant different things? Ryan realized what he'd said. That's not, I didn't mean, you just admitted you said the same thing to all of us, I said, after denying it for days. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. Then you should have said that, Bailey said, instead of making each of us think we were special, that we were different. You were different. How? I demanded. How were we different if you couldn't even bother to change the words? Ryan opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. I don't know. Finally, Vanessa said, something honest. I'm trying to be honest, Ryan said. His voice cracked. I'm trying to explain that I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was struggling and I reached out to people and it got complicated. It got complicated because you lied, Bree said. Not because you reached out, because you lied to everyone about everyone else. What was the point? Lauren asked. What were you trying to accomplish? Ryan was quiet for a long moment. I don't know. I really don't know. Did you want to break up our friendship? I asked. Mine and Vanessa's? Was that the goal? No, maybe. I don't know. He put his head in his hands. I think I wanted you both to need me more than you needed each other. The admission hung in the air. Why? Vanessa asked. Because you two were so close. And I felt like I was always on the outside. Like if I wasn't useful or needed or, I don't know, special. Like you'd just go back to being best friends and I'd be nothing. So you tried to turn us against each other, I said. I didn't think of it like that. I thought if you both thought the other one wanted me, He stopped. I don't know what I thought. You thought we'd compete, Bailey said. For your attention. Maybe. That's sick, Bree said. I know. Ryan's voice was barely audible. I know it is now. At the time it felt like I was just trying to feel wanted. By making other people feel terrible? Vanessa asked. I didn't think it through. I kept doing it because it worked. People paid attention to me, they cared about me, and I couldn't stop. Did you ever actually care about any of us? I asked. Ryan Ryan looked up. Yes, I did, I do. Then why did you make up fake screenshots of me? I pressed. Why did you tell people I was unstable? Because you were going to ruin everything. I panicked. I was going to ruin what? Your ability to keep lying? My life! Ryan shouted. People at other tables turned to look. He lowered his voice. You were going to ruin my life! You ruined your own life, Corey said, the second you decided to lie to everyone. Ryan looked around the table, at all of us. His eyes were red. I know I messed up. I know I hurt people. But does it have to be like this? Does everyone have to hate me? We don't hate you, Vanessa said. We just don't trust you. And we're not going to pretend we do just to make you feel better. So what now? Ryan asked. You all just, what? Expect me to apologize and disappear? We expect you to take responsibility, I said. Real responsibility. Not this I was confused stuff. Actually admit what you did. I just did. No, Bailey said. You admitted to some of it. You explained why you thought it was okay. That's not the same as taking responsibility. What do you want me to say? That you manipulated us, Vanessa said. That you lied repeatedly and deliberately. That you tried to destroy friendships for your own ego. Say it. Ryan stared at her. I can't. Why not? Because if I say that, then He stopped. Then you're what you've been denying you are, I finished. Someone who hurts people on purpose. Ryan put his face in his hands. His shoulders shook. Nobody said anything. After a long moment, he looked up. I manipulated you. All of you. I lied about my relationships. I made up stories to turn people against each other. I created fake evidence when I got caught. I did all of it deliberately because it made me feel important. The words came out flat. Rehearsed almost, but they were out. And the fake screenshots? Vanessa pressed. I made those. I used an app to make them look real. And the lies about us being controlling and obsessed? I made those up too. You weren't controlling. I just needed people to think you were so they'd stop believing you. Why did you do the live stream? Bailey asked. Because I thought if I looked vulnerable enough, people would feel sorry for me instead of listening to you. Each admission landed like a stone. Are you going to post any of this publicly? Corey asked. Tell the truth to everyone who's been following this? Ryan was quiet. That's what I thought, Felix said. What do you want from me? Ryan asked, looking around the table. I admitted everything. I said the words. What else is there? Nothing, I said. That's the point. There's nothing else you can do. You can't undo the lies. You can't take back the hurt. All you can do is stop making it worse. And let everyone think I'm a monster. Everyone thinks you're a liar, Vanessa corrected. Because you are one. If you don't want people to think that, stop lying. Ryan stood up. I'm done with this. Of course you are, Bree said. Because now you actually have to face consequences. What consequences? Ryan demanded. You've all already destroyed my reputation. What more do you want? We want you to leave us alone, I said. Stop texting. Stop posting about us. Stop trying to control the narrative. Just stop. Fine. Ryan grabbed his jacket. I'll stop. I'll delete everything. I'll disappear. Will that make you happy? We don't care if you disappear, Bailey said. We just want you to stop lying. Ryan looked at all of us one more time. Whatever he was looking for, sympathy, forgiveness, an ally, he didn't find it. He left without another word. We sat there in silence for a minute. That was brutal, Lauren said finally. It needed to happen, Corey said. Did he mean any of it? Bree asked. The admissions? Maybe, Vanessa said. But it doesn't really matter. The truth is out there now. Multiple people heard him admit to everything. Felix pulled out his phone. I recorded the whole thing. We all looked at him. What? He said. I worked with him. I know how this goes. He's going to walk out of here and in 2 hours he'll post something saying we forced him to lie or took his words out of context. Now we have proof of exactly what he said. Are you going to post it? Bailey asked. Only if he starts lying again, Felix said. But I'm keeping it just in case. My phone buzzed. A notification from social media. Ryan had just posted. I met with some people today to try and clear the air. I admitted to mistakes I made. I hope we can all move forward from this. He's already spinning it, Vanessa said, reading over my shoulder. Of course he is, I said. But I wasn't angry anymore, just tired. Should we respond? Bailey asked. No, I said. Let him have the last word. It doesn't matter anymore. Because it didn't. Everyone who mattered had heard the truth. Ryan could post whatever he wanted. The people who believed him would believe him no matter what. And the people who knew better would keep knowing better. We stayed at the coffee shop for another hour just talking. Not about Ryan, about other things. Normal things. When we finally left, Vanessa linked her arm through mine. We're okay, right? We're better than okay, I said. He tried to ruin our friendship and it backfired completely. Good, she said, because you're stuck with me now. Bailey walked with us to the parking lot. Thank you for including me in all of this. I know we barely knew each other before. You were dealing with the same thing we were, Vanessa said. That makes us a team. Bailey smiled. A team of people who survived Ryan. That's a club nobody wants to join. But a club with excellent members, I said. We exchanged numbers and promised to stay in touch. Bailey got in her car and drove away. Vanessa and I stood there for a moment. You think he'll actually stop? She asked. Probably not, I said. But that's not our problem anymore. No, Vanessa agreed. It's not. 7 Aftermath punch. Ryan kept posting for a few days. Vague messages about growth and learning from mistakes. Comments about how some people refused to forgive. Nobody engaged. The comments on his posts dwindled. The people who'd defended him had gone quiet. The friends who'd initially taken his side had moved on. Within a week, his social media went silent. I heard through Corey that Ryan had taken time off from work, that he was dealing with personal issues. Nobody seemed to care much about the details. Vanessa and I met for coffee exactly a week after the confrontation. We sat in the same coffee shop, at the same table where Ryan had sat across from us. Feels different now, Vanessa said, looking around. Everything feels different, I said. Good different? Yeah, good different. My phone buzzed. A message from Bailey. Just wanted to check in. How are you both doing? I showed Vanessa. She smiled. We made a good friend out of this mess, she said. We did. And Ryan? Ryan's alone, I said. Which is what happens when you try to turn everyone against each other. Eventually you run out of people to manipulate. Vanessa raised her coffee cup. To friendship, the real kind. I clinked my cup against hers. To friendship. We sat there talking for hours. About work, about plans for the future, about everything except Ryan. Because he wasn't part of our story anymore. He'd tried to write himself as the center of our lives. Instead, he'd written himself out completely. And Vanessa and I, we were closer than ever. Stronger. Unmovable. Which was exactly what he'd been afraid of all along.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.